Scott Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, Americans. It's Friday.
I love that sound. I love that phrase. Just sends chills down your spine, doesn't it?
What phrase?
Good morning, Americans.
I thought it was playing it again.
It's Friday. No, I'm not going to play it again.
Yeah, because if he does it,
trained monkey.
If he does it now, he won't have it available hour 2 because he can only play it twice.
Okay,
right.
Show.
Right.
Never mind that.
Mm-hmm.
Tried to set him up, Jesse.
Yesterday at the very end of the show, we were talking about some of the fabulous shows that are not being renewed for upcoming seasons.
Yeah, a bunch of them.
Yeah, many of them are, as it says in this article, LGBTQIA centered.
Yeah.
And apparently America's not taken to them. A bunch of hypocrites and bigots, racists, homophobes.
Did we ever come to an understanding of what U stands for? They've kind of slipped that one in there.
Yeah, I know, because the one we've been running with was LGBTQIA2+. This one is different. This is LGBTQUIA.
Yeah.
No 2, no plus. Right. So what does the U stand for?
Yeah, searching around the internet.
Unsure.
No, nobody has a consensus on this. You got one?
It's unsure.
You sent it
Are you positive on that?
That's what they claim.
My suspicion was that it stands for unleashed.
Oh.
Yeah. Lesbian, gay,
never mind.
Bisexual, trans, questioning, unleashed,
You're
intersex, and asexual.
You're 100% right. I apologize.
Yeah.
But yeah, the internet was, they were questioning. They didn't know if it meant unidentified, unclassified, undefined. I thought yours was pretty good. Unicorn, your original theory.
My original was unicorn.
Theory.
I rethought it.
But I'm going to go with unleashed or...
Yeah, it's unleashed. I believe that's a consensus now.
So unsure really?
As far as I know, it's unsure.
Unsure. You're unsure of what you like.
Which I thought,
that's
would
weird.
be questioning too, right?
Right. So, that's the same thing.
It's overkill.
That's the same darn thing. Good point, Jeffy. So audiences are not unsure as to whether or not they want to watch these shows. They're sure they don't. We don't want them, and we're rejecting them by the dozens. Hollywood desperately trying to get this heteronormativity eliminated.
Yeah.
They don't want any of that. And so they pump out all of these agenda shows. And apparently, mainstream America just isn't interested in seeing shows about your sexuality all the time. Showtime just announced the cancellation of Work in Progress, self-described show about, quote, a 45-year-old self-identified fat queer dyke, unquote.
Boy,
makes you want to tune in.
I got the popcorn.
With that
popping.
description, how could you not pop the popcorn and get the ice cream bowls ready? How could you not? But apparently, America didn't jump on that one. Then last week, FX officially canceled Y, The Last Man, after only one season. It was a dystopian show about an apocalypse that kills all biological men but leaves trannies. And it had lines like, "We found plenty of men, just none with a Y chromosome."
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well, then you didn't find any men. Cable and streaming services had already introduced and then pulled off multiple off-season LGBTQIA-centered shows last fall due to lack of interest. Like Freeform's Everything Gonna Be Okay. You haven't even watched these, right?
They think they can get away with a lot of these shows because some of their big shows that the networks have, they've introduced overwhelming amount of characters that are part of the LGBTQIA plus U world.
Yeah. You ever watched Star Trek Discovery?
Yeah, I don't know that I'm.
That show is mostly about trans and gays,
and
it really is. It's amazing.
And they make it okay, and there's an overwhelming percentage of characters in the 911 shows. 911 Lone Star and the 911 Original out of L.A. and the FBI shows and the NCIS shows. Those are huge shows, but they've introduced all this stuff. So they thought that they could just go that extra step, right, and make those shows completely about them.
And it's called Star Trek Discovery, as Rob down the hall points out. STD would be the initials if you want to shorten the.
Nice.
Yes, it would be.
If you want to shorten the length of the title there.
Oh yeah, I bet Rob watches Star Trek Discovery. So that show features a gay couple, okay, 2 men. Yeah. It has a lesbian couple, 2 women. It has.
Does each couple have a kid that they've adopted, or someone had a surrogate give them a kid?
No.
They most definitely do in the other shows.
They need to.
Oh, there's a non-binary character right here.
Then there's non-binary. Yeah. In fact, there's 2. In one of the relationships, there's 2 gender fluid or non-binary characters, and you don't know what they are because they don't apparently know what they are.
Well, they're unsure.
Yeah, they're unsure, I guess.
Oh, okay.
And so
they're unicorns.
if they're unsure, I'm definitely unsure. I don't know what's going on here. So I don't know if that's a hetero relationship or a homosexual relationship because I don't know what the sexes are involved there. And then there's the lesbian comedian from Netflix. I forget what her name is, but she's in the show too. But she doesn't have a partner. So there are 7 characters who are trans or gay or lesbian, which I guess lesbian also fits into gay, right? In this show, and there's only like 10 main characters in the show. It's about 70% LGBTQIA.
Is it a good show?
Yeah.
See, now that's the thing. If the show is worth watching,
sort of. I've been watching it.
Yeah.
So, whatever. But if there's ever a show to go off the deep end, it would be Star Trek because of Gene Roddenberry's.
I mean, it's difficult to find couples in these shows that aren't mixed race and male and female,
it's almost impossible. Even the commercials,
female.
let alone the shows. The commercials are all mixed race.
The couples have kids, whether they've adopted or have surrogates. Or like one gay couple in one show, the mom just had a kid, but she died, so they got the kid. Stuff like that, So I mean, it's just it's really. I mean, they make sure that it's part of the show.
They sure do. Yes.
And I'm okay with as long as the show is okay. That's the problem with the agenda-driven shows.
I just don't like artificially jamming it in just for political correct purposes.
The agenda-driven shows aren't good. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, there's no point to watch them.
And when you have a good show and you just jam some relationship into it just for the sake of, I don't want to hear it from the LGBTQ crowd, it just ruins it. It wrecks it. Can we stop with that? And the answer is no, of course.
The answer is absolutely no.
The other thing that's not doing well are the anti-white shows and the anti-Christian shows. Those are being canceled in large measure as well. They reimagined the show In Treatment. Is that a show you're familiar with?
In Treatment? No.
Gabriel Byrne was in it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right, yeah. I like Gabriel Byrne.
All the reboot writers did was reimagine the old show with vicious anti-white hatred instead of whatever it was they were doing before. And the new therapist, played by actress Uzo Aduba, who I love. I think I've seen all of Uzo Aduba's movies and
what's your favorite
TV shows.
Aduba?
Yeah, I can't.
They're all
so terrific. I don't. Yeah, it would not do justice to all of her works.
I got it.
You know what I mean? So she expressed her most extreme vitriol for white men in particular, calling them effing white guys. Ooh, that's creative.
Oh, I'm tuning in.
That's clever. You effing white guys. Got a Rotten Tomato score of 38%. It's not being renewed for a second season. So also there's a Showtime show called Black Monday. Episodes included a character throwing a drink at a crucifix and yelling something I won't repeat here, and turned the Last Supper into a homoerotic makeout scene. So,
well, happy Friday to you.
Happy Friday. Isn't that great? So there you go. We're rejecting them, though.
Correct.
America is rejecting this garbage. Thank goodness. And now, speaking of garbage, did you see what Sam Elliott said about the gay Western that I guess is on Netflix?
Power of the Dog or whatever,
Yeah, have you seen it?
I have not watched it yet, no.
But you're going to, of course.
Well, it's in the...
Obviously,
it's in the queue.
It's in the queue. Of course it is, because it's a show and it's
It was
available.
broadcast, yes.
It was, if it's broadcast or streaming, and Jeffy's watched it or will watch
I'll get to it.
But Sam Elliott, I guess there's homosexual cowboys in this thing, and he didn't really.
Benedict Cumberbatch is the main star in that.
He didn't appreciate it very much.
No, he was really funny. Actually, it was really funny how he ripped it.
And he's getting torn apart now by the libs online.
It's tough, man. Sam's a huge star, and he just, they just wrapped up 1883, which was huge.
Yep,
and he was great in it.
He's really good. He's a really good actor, and he's great in westerns. I mean, he's been doing westerns his whole life.
That's his thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, hello.
Yep. He's 78. I don't think he cares what the Twitter crowd thinks of him.
Correct. No, he does not.
He's beyond that.
Correct.
So that's kind of nice. So you get a refreshing point of view. He called it...
and he was on Mark Moran's podcast, which Mark is pretty... I mean, he gets all the big-time actors and actresses, and he's a pretty liberal kind of guy.
Oh, is he?
And so...
Really? So he probably disagreed with everything Sam was saying.
I haven't listened to it yet. I went to listen to it last night, and then I didn't get to it.
It's in the queue.
It is in the queue. It is in the queue.
Because it was broadcast.
Well, if it's broadcast, Jeffy has to see it.
That's what I'm saying. It's in the queue.
He has to, yeah. It's a rule in Jeffy world. By the way, I guess the hot new role, speaking of entertainment, is all the actresses in Hollywood now want to play Madonna. She's got a new biopic coming out, and I think she worked on this with somebody.
Yes, she did.
So she's writing her own deal. So I wonder if it's going to be a favorable look at the life of Madonna. But everybody wants it.
I bet.
The script was written. She wrote the script with Diablo Cody, who is an Oscar winner. I don't know who that is. Euphoria stars Sydney Sweeney and Barbara Ferreira both auditioned for Madonna, as did Julia Garner. I don't know who that is either, but she was in Ozark, which you watched.
Yeah.
Because it's broadcast.
We got a nice little theme working here.
Yeah.
Plus, Julia Garner plays on the latest Netflix show about the what's-her-face that scammed in New York. Gosh, I can't remember her name now. Gosh darn it. I am Anna something.
Have you watched that one yet?
Yeah, I watched them all. It was awesome.
Of course, it was broadcast.
It was awesome.
What do you mean?
Anna
Dumb question.
She was awesome in it. She was great.
Now, apparently, Madonna initially wanted Florence Pugh. There's somebody else I don't know to audition or to get the part, but I guess there's just too many now, and they can't really choose. That'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody who's still alive and is not super, super old. She's what, 63, I think.
Something like that.
Yeah. So, and we all grew up with Madonna. So that'll be interesting to see how she's treated in that movie, especially since she wrote it.
So as you said, it's probably going to be favorable.
Probably going to be a favorable look at her life. Yeah, that would be my wild stab in the dark guess. And then apparently Brad Pitt is going to play Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice 2 is coming out.
Oh, wow. And
his production company is doing it. I'm not sure if he's going to star as, but it looks like he's going to be Beetlejuice. That's a weird role for him, isn't it? That was a weird movie to begin with.
Yeah, it was.
Was that like 1985 maybe?
I mean, Keaton is great, right?
I love Michael Keaton.
I do too.
I just didn't love the movie Beetlejuice that much. I could take it or leave it. Mostly leave it, probably, after all this time. All right, let me tell you about real estate agents I trust, because selling your home can be extremely, extremely stressful. And if it takes you a really long time, the price is just going to drop, and then you don't make money on your house, and you're lucky just to break even. Is, as we've said many times with Glenn's house in Connecticut, sat there for 2.5 years.
I didn't
something.
think he was ever going to sell it, to be honest with you.
He didn't either.
And he. It's good that he finally did sell it for. I don't think he made money.
$38.95.
I feel like he paid more than that.
He did pay just slightly over that. Yeah. So they got slightly under asking price,
which is why
home.
he started this.
Yes, that's why. 11,000 square feet in Connecticut. We should probably go for a little more than $38.95. But who am I? I don't know.
Right, exactly.
But that's exactly why he started Real Estate Agents I Trust, so you could have a real estate agent who can get you through the process and you don't lose money like that on your home and your biggest investment. Because what is a bigger investment in your life? I mean, probably nothing. Your home is going to, for most of us, be the biggest investment you make in your lifetime. And you want it to go well, and so that's why you need a realtor you can trust. The name says it all. realestateagentsitrust.com. That's realestateagentsitrust.com.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Well, the war continues. Sometimes it's hard to know who to believe. It's hard to know even what to believe when they show you videos and pictures of things that have supposedly happened, because both sides are using propaganda against the other. So who knows?
In the beginning, it was really bad because people were you saw pictures that were, oh, no, that's 3 years old. That's not part of this war.
Yeah.
It was just, I mean, you had to be really careful. I mean, it's kind of better now. We're getting, footage and photos that are actually happening now at the time, but the propaganda is amazing.
It is.
Yeah, this is a social media war as much as anything.
Yeah, and the Ukraine is kind of humiliating some of the soldiers that they've captured, and it's hard to blame them.
Mm-hmm.
I know
it's against the Geneva Conventions. You're not supposed to do that, but they've done that with some Russians that have been captured. Some of the Russians apparently have said that they didn't even know they were going to war. Have you heard that?
Yes.
They didn't even, did their commanding officer tell them they were going on a weekend camping trip? Is that, hey, we're all going to the Ukraine. We're going camping.
Well, they were all at the border, right? They were all rowed up at the border, so that was supposed to be training exercises, I guess.
And then I think they were told that they just won passes to Ukraine Disney. Brand new theme park that just opened up in Kiev.
Okay. I didn't realize
just brand new.
All right.
They hadn't heard about it either, so they were tricked.
Wow.
What are some of the best rides at Ukraine Disney?
I haven't been there, so I'm not sure.
Man.
We'll have to look
Ride
into
a Russian
that.
tank?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you know what? Hold on. Can we play the Russian tank ride? The joyride guys?
Yeah,
The
it was
Russian
just
teacup ride.
These guys.
Left Behind?
No, this is at Ukraine Disney.
Okay.
See?
Oh, yeah.
This is Ukraine
Yeah.
Disney. A lot of room there to run. So, yeah, they're capturing abandoned Russian tanks and going for a ride.
Walt really planned ahead to get that much real estate there in Ukraine.
How much do you think it costs per acre or hectare?
Oh, I bet it was over
Hectare,
$1.50 an acre.
At least. Yeah. Now, the Ukraine government has come out and said the people who have, the Ukrainians who have taken the tanks and other military vehicles do not have to claim it on their taxes. So that was nice of them.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a real thing?
Yeah, that's what they said. So just go ahead and keep it.
That's great.
That's awesome.
Tax-free.
Just keep
That's
it.
nice. All right. I'm kind of torn on banning the Russian and Belarusian athletes from the Paralympic Games in China. China wanted Russia to wait till after all the Olympic Games.
Which is what I predicted. I said if there's going to be an invasion, it's going to come after March 13th or whatever I said.
But instead,
nope.
They didn't care about the Paralympic Games.
Not.
They're like, nope, we're going in now.
Wow.
The main Olympics are over.
They don't care about
we're
the
going
Paras.
in.
The Paras are.
They didn't care.
Such hate.
Yeah. Now, you've kind of, this is just, you're taking it out on, people who are Paralympians, right? I'm a little torn on that. Are they from Russia? And does their government deserve to be punished? Yes. But do the athletes?
I mean, we're taking it out on friends of friends. Putin's buddies down the line are getting blasted and having their money taken away and their assets taken away. So who cares about the Olympians?
They're having their asses taken away?
Yes.
Oh, wow. You don't
yes,
want that.
they are.
Wow.
No, you do not.
Don't want that.
No, you don't.
Well, that's what they've done. They've banned the Russian and the Belarusian athletes, And so they will not be participating, not even under the flag of the Russian Olympic Committee or the Belarusian Olympic Committee. So,
whatever flag you want to put it under.
Nope, no flags, no alternate uniforms, nothing.
That's too bad.
You're just not going to be a part of it.
It's a shame.
Yeah, it's a shame. It is a shame for the people who have trained their whole lives to do this, and now, and because our government did something, we have to pay the price. But that's what happens. That's what happens. Happened to our athletes in 1980. Happened to the Russian athletes in 84.
I would have been okay with it happening to our athletes this year as well.
Would you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it seemed like nobody cared about the Olympics this time around. Even my family, we're usually really involved in watching the Olympics and talking about the Olympics. It didn't come up. We never turn them on. Nothing.
I know. It's funny. I usually walk in and my wife would be watching the skating.
Yes.
And I'd sit down and watch the skating with nothing. Nothing.
No, my wife didn't either. She loves the figure skating.
Yeah.
And was not the least bit interested this time. And I'm not sure why that is. Is it because so many other things are going on in life that we
Possible.
I don't know. I don't know, but we didn't really care. And since we finished fourth, it's probably just as well that we didn't care.
I mean, NBC struggled.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah, they
cost
did.
them big.
I bet they had to kick back some of the money they got from advertisers
they're
for
still fighting that, yeah.
promising much more than they delivered because, I mean, it was down. Was it down 45%? I think
from the last time, which was down.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's not good.
No.
888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Got this TV talk show in India.
Okay.
Apparently got into a little discussion about the war with Russia and Ukraine.
Yeah, India's remained neutral over there, and they don't want to take any kind of side in this conflict.
Kind of weird.
Yeah,
weird.
Right? We're supposedly a big democracy, so you should be offended by the invasion of Ukraine.
And that's the country that I have said for the last 20 years that when World War III comes, India will be the most important ally. They've got such a huge population base.
Yeah.
You kind of want them on your side to be feeding the front lines.
They're right behind China now. I think China has 1.4 billion. They've got 1.2 billion.
I mean, they're for sure neck and neck.
Yeah.
There have been a time when they were. Was there a time when they were in the lead?
I don't think so. Not that I know of.
I feel like there was.
Because if they were in the lead, I think they'd stay. Because their population is growing quickly, where China had the one-child policy for a long time and forced abortions and all that. And
1.38 for India, 1.4 for
Oh, it's even
China.
closer.
Yeah.
1.38 to 1.4. Wow. They're going to overtake them.
Absolutely.
Shortly, you would think. But this is kind of an interesting discussion, just kind of calm and reserved.
Let's find out what's going on.
They got
in
some
Ukraine
really substantial things to say to each other.
Okay.
Daniel McAdam, just take a bit of a chill pill. I didn't even address the question to you. Relax. Calm down.
I don't want to relax.
No,
My country is at war.
Well, Mr. McAdams, if you are so concerned, about Ukrainians, then hang on. Mr. McAdams, if you're so concerned about if you're so concerned about Ukraine, get off the fence and send your forces and put boots on the ground. Don't lecture us here in India, okay? I'm not going to hear your lecture. And if you have really problems, go tell go tell the U.S. President, Mr. Biden, who flashes. Who flashes his fancy credentials. Don't, Mr. McAdams. Tonight.
Pause it for a second. What fancy credentials did Biden flash?
Awesome.
Does he have any flashy credentials?
I don't know.
He's the chief pudding eater at the White House.
I mean, he flashes the wife, right? Dr. Jill Biden.
That's pretty
about the only
fancy.
thing He flashes.
Pretty fancy.
So he's yelling. Oh, well, I don't want to.
Yeah, don't give it up.
Yeah.
It's too good. Let's see.
I will say I'm not turning this off if I have to
Tonight, play the catch for the West here. Do not do that. We have no. Hang on. You ask those of guns. You ask those of guns what they have gone through falling off planes because you dumped them. You ask the African nations because you dumped them.
I don't want
You
to
go
ask
ask millions and millions of Iraqi citizens because you dumped them.
The world's biggest
You
democracy,
people
not to sit on the-
you people and your colonial agenda, sir, has
Colonial
wrecked
agenda, sir.
the South, has wrecked the South, has wrecked the East, and don't sit here and lecture us. Don't sit here and lecture us, Mr. McAdams. We shut him down.
I'm not talking. It's the other guy who's talking. I haven't been able to say
Wait,
a
what?
word.
Yeah,
So stop
absolutely.
yelling at me.
The man has gone completely ballistic. And if he feels so strongly, he should go and fight alongside Ukrainians who are being killed.
I have not, dear host, I have not said a word yet. I don't know why you're yelling at me.
I'm not yelling at you. I'm talking about Mr. McAdams. I'm talking about Mr. McAdams.
I am Mr. McAdams.
I'm Mr. McAdams.
I am Mr. McAdams, so I haven't said a word. So stop yelling at me.
Okay, sorry. I got that confused. I got that confused.
Yes, you did. So did the
So
Chiron,
did
by the way.
Yes, the producers
I
did
got
as
that.
well.
I got that.
Yeah,
That's
notice
more
the
than
names
hello,
are
the
gone.
chief.
The names are gone off the screen.
They put Mr. McAdams
top.
up at the top.
So he has this 2-minute anti-West, anti-U.S. rant, making his points. Well, you go and fight, and he's yelling at a Ukrainian the whole time.
Dear host, why are you yelling at me?
It's
I have
great.
not said a word.
That's funny.
And is the other guy from Britain? Where is he from?
He was from the Ron Paul Institute, so I doubt he was on there to push
From
for
the
war
Ron
either.
Paul Institute?
Yeah, so I don't think he was on there to make this Western
Wow.
imperialism point that the guy was
my
trying
gosh.
to corner him in
Yeah, no way.
to begin with.
Well, it's you, Mr. McAdams.
There is a producer looking for a job right now in India.
Should be, because you just humiliated your host.
Right, but
That was awesome.
Oh, man.
nobody did any homework on that
Great,
show.
No,
great
that's
comeback,
true.
too, from Potsy. Oh.
Oh.
That's awesome. I mean, I don't know what else you say. I mean, I don't know what else to do. But
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I got that mixed up, I guess.
I
Oh.
love how quickly the graphic went away after that happened, too.
We're not taking the blame for this,
no way.
even though it really was their fault, because they put McAdams right at the
How
top.
about you, Mr. McAdams?
But look at the names. I'm sorry to be so stereotypical, but the names didn't match with the faces. Anybody could have figured that out. Come on. Stop it.
Oh, so now you know what a
Yeah, I know.
McAdams looks like.
Okay. All
Whatever.
right. So the name McAdams can't be the Ukrainian guy all of a sudden. Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm
They
saying.
didn't have a McAdams at the Ron
sorry.
Paul Institute.
Oh, okay. So Ukrainians don't name their kids Mr. Smith, or
Whatever.
Bob Jones, or Tim Stevens.
Yeah, this is the hill I'm willing to die on. Correct.
You're gonna die on that hill?
I'm gonna die on this. Ukrainian doesn't name their kids McAdams. hill.
Somebody bring me a Ukrainian phone book.
We got those, right? Somewhere in the think tank.
Absolutely.
I'm
I think
sure we
Jason
do.
Buttrell's got the Ukrainian phone book.
I think he probably
stacks
does.
of them
Probably
around his
does.
desk over there.
If anybody has phone books anymore, it'd be Jason. Do we even get phone books anymore? I haven't seen a phone book in a long
I was
time.
just thinking about that with someone else because they used to show up ever so often.
Yeah, they just show up on your doorstep.
Yeah, and I have not seen one in the neighborhood that I'm
Yellow
living in now.
pages or the white pages. I
Yeah,
don't.
nothing. They used to just
No.
come in a plastic bag, and I'd catch them at the front door.
The last time they came, I think I just picked them up and dumped them in the garbage
Hold on.
before I
hold
even
on.
opened them.
Never mind the last time they were in your driveway. When's the last time you've actually used one?
Really long time ago. Seriously,
been a
maybe
long time.
15 years,
Oh,
20.
more than that. Yeah.
Really, a long time.
Yeah, a long
and
time.
411, I was thinking about this the other day. I used to call that all the time, and it made my wife so mad because it was what?
Oh, it costs
50
money?
cents or
Yeah.
75 cents every time you dial. She gets so pissed off. I mean, it's like $5. That's $5 we could have spent on something else. All
true.
right. Okay.
It's,
I know.
it's true, but
It
shut
is
up.
true, but come on. Come on. The thriftiest woman alive. But yeah, things have changed so much that you forget that phone books even existed
know.
or the yellow pages even
I mean,
existed.
my mother was an information operator for years.
Information for what city, please?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, forever. She worked
Really?
for Michigan Bell. Yeah.
That's
She
really
worked
something.
for Bell Telephone for, years.
Huh.
And those jobs don't exist.
No, I'm sure they don't. I mean, are there any?
I don't know.
Information operators
I don't
anymore?
know. Maybe.
All right. 888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up. Got some tweets here from Cardi T. Speaking of the LGBTQUIA.
Where'd the U come from?
Where'd the U come from? That was not there before. It was LGBTQIA2+. So Cardi T tells us, guys, you always have to put a U after Q. It's an English grammar thing. This correction was long overdue. Any questions?
I love it.
Nope.
Cheeky Patriot, thank you for that intro. I now identify as Unleashed. Yeah, okay, there you go. And that's a great way to identify, by the way. Jeremiah was a bullfrog. Tweets, if the U stands for unsure, isn't that the same as I don't know? Yes, it is. And who's your volunteer? I can't wait to see which woke non-white actress gets to play Madonna. That would be interesting.
Well, it would be interesting.
And I could see it happening.
Oh, yeah.
But wait, Madonna's white. What, are you a racist? A white supremacist? No, I'm just saying that if you're playing a person who's white, maybe you should have a white person.
It would not surprise me.
It wouldn't surprise me at all.
At all.
When you can have a Hispanic person, as they're going to do, playing Snow White, why can't you do
you almost
minority
have to.
playing Madonna?
You almost have to.
You really do. You really do. By the way, the poll results are in. Jeffy's favorite, Neil Diamond, scored 63% of the vote.
I'm just saying that they're far superior.
Who is the bigger name in music? 63% say Neil Diamond, 36.9% say Bruce Springsteen. That's based on politics. That is not based on music, my friend. That's based on politics. The bigger name is Bruce Springsteen.
No, it's not.
Yes. Bigger name.
Neil Diamond
Bruce.
is global.
How did you vote
boss.
in that poll?
You know what? I didn't vote. I left that to the.
You're
I
always
left
on
that to the
Twitter?
people. I left it to the people. All power to the people.
Well, that's nice of you.
Yeah.
I did vote.
Yeah,
did
me
you
too.
really?
Yeah, you're damn right.
Did you?
Me too.
And you both voted Neil Diamond, I'm guessing?
Of course.
Of course.
Because that's the accurate answer.
No.
Thank you. Thank you.
No, it just isn't. But that's okay. That's all right. You guys you're 63% of you have the right to be wrong. And you were. So good for you.
Too much math.
Joy Behar had a little problem yesterday. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. She took a nasty little fall on the set of The View. Live on TV.
She was fine.
Uh-oh.
It was fine.
I'm so excited. Here comes the cast of The View.
Oh, yeah.
I know, man.
Boy, this is great.
How agonizing is backstage at that place?
Oh, you got to believe it's
my God.
the worst.
No kidding. And down she goes.
Oh,
How'd she fall?
I don't know. I think she missed the chair. You never see exactly how she went down.
Oh, that's really weird. She's standing by the chair. I thought she tripped on a stair or something, but
yeah,
no.
I did too. I feel like she missed the chair.
And you're on the ground.
It's happened to all of us at one time or
25
another.
years, that has never happened.
Who do I sue? Yeah, that's her first one.
My husband is home laughing now. Why? I bet. He's home. That woman
Steve,
cannot
text us if you're watching.
Yes.
Now, if that was... All right, we got it. If that was a conservative who took a fall, all you'd be seeing on Twitter the next 3 days is, too bad they didn't crack their skull and die. Would have liked to see the brains oozing out of their head. That's what you'd get.
And then the comment under that would be, there'd be no brains in there. It's conservative.
Right. So I'm glad to see she's okay. Aren't you?
I am. I thought
too.
one of your listeners had a good comment. I was surprised after she fell to the ground, a house didn't fall on her.
Yeah, that's there's that.
There is that.
There's that. I guess there was no tornado in the area, so. And it's interesting to see Whoopi there because I saw her yesterday on, there's the new Picard out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Star
she's
Trek
on that, yeah.
Picard. She's in the first episode.
Yeah.
She's probably in the whole season. I don't know. She is a terrible actress. Oh, my gosh, she's
talking
bad.
about Whoopi Goldberg now.
Yeah, I'm talking about the EGOT recipient.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about.
She's only gotten better with age.
She's awful. Oh my gosh, she's bad.
I know. She shows up from time to time on another show that I watch. Blue Bloods. She shows up on Blue Bloods from time to time. She's terrible.
It's been broadcast.
She is terrible. And 30 years ago when she did Ghost.
There was another one.
I thought she was okay then.
There was another one she did that I really liked too. I think it was called Burglar. Back sometime.
Don't think I saw Burglar.
It was really. I mean, it was.
But obviously, since it was broadcast, you did. You did see it. So that's great.
But that's one of my favorite Whoopi Goldberg movies, actually. Other than Sister Act.
Oh God.
Sister Act.
Good stuff.
What about Sister Act 2, 3, 4, 5?
Sister Act 2 is good too.
Yeah, boy.
I love them all.
You said a mouthful there, my friend.
Love them all.
No.
No.
Those are fun. Those are fun.
No.
Yes. First one in particular, really fun.
Oh, the first one was awful as well.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was awful.
It was great.
It was awful. Have you seen what Melinda Gates has been talking about with Bill?
Yes.
I've seen the headlines. What's going on there?
She did an interview with Gayle King.
Yeah, and it wasn't pleasant for Bill, even though she claims they're friendly, but not friends.
And she's kind of said this before.
Well, we heard about one affair, I think, before. We didn't realize he was like a multiple time affair guy.
Oh yeah, he was going down to the break room for a little Microsoft business all the time. Yeah,
slicing off a little business for himself.
You know who I am, don't you? Yeah. All right.
Wait, at Microsoft?
One of them, at least one of them was with a Microsoft employee.
Yeah, I mean that's where he met her, the wife.
Oh yeah,
he met her there too.
True.
He stalked her out in the parking lot. That was a nice story of how they met. But really, I mean, you could break it down to him stalking her out of the to the parking lot.
I'm surprised we haven't heard from the employee because shouldn't there be a lawsuit now? Because the power dynamic.
Bill's already paid that off.
Probably, but he could do it again because it hasn't been released. So it's about time for that to come out. Because it was 2000. That was a long time ago.
This was another slam on Jeffrey Epstein and how horrible Jeffrey.
Because Bill was friends with him.
Yeah, she's covering her own butt here, kind of. Coming out and saying how she knew that this was a horrible human being, and I just feel like I don't know that I buy all of that.
She met him once. And I'd like to know what he did that tipped her off that he was evil incarnate.
I feel like that's just her trying to, keep that arm's length away.
Yeah.
Which is okay, whatever. That's fine with me. I don't, whatever. But it's just,
what did
don't
she
necessarily
say,
take
She
it.
said, I regretted it, meeting Jeffrey Epstein. I regretted it from the second I walked in the door, calling Epstein abhorrent and evil personified.
Did you?
And those were just her first impressions. Yeah. Then she says, I had nightmares about it afterward.
Right.
What?
That's what I mean.
What did he do?
Yeah.
What did he do that caused you nightmares afterward? Come on. I don't know that I believe that.
I don't know either. That's what I'm saying. It's just, okay, whatever. You got it.
But because she says that, it makes Bill look even worse because he continued to meet with him and be friendly with him.
And Bill has said that he,
it was a mistake.
He regretted it. Yeah, I mean,
of course he says that now. What's he gonna say?
Well, see, that's the thing.
Yeah, we were good buds and we met chicks together. We went trolling for babes. What's he gonna say? He's gonna say it was a mistake. It was an error in judgment. Blah 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 blah. I mean, this was in 2011, after we knew that he already had these issues.
Right.
So.
Right.
Yeah, there's very little excuse here for Bill Gates. He doesn't look as wonderful and magnificent.
Oh, well, no, he is not. I mean, he's definitely not that. I mean, this divorce has definitely brought that out.
Sure has.
Yeah, and there's no doubt about that.
Apparently, he had to give half to her.
She took a lot.
Half. And at the time, I think it was $130 30 billion.
She took a lot. I don't
so
know
that's
I don't know if she got half.
$65 billion each. Yeah,
she
it says in the article she got half. She got 50% of everything he had, and
So-
that didn't include the homes.
So when I hear her, right, she bought a new place in Seattle that she lives in now, another little trailer park dump that she lives in, and
well, the home in Washington was said to be 120,000 square feet.
That's a monster. I don't think. I mean,
you imagine that?
I think they still own that. I don't know if they live there or not.
I don't know.
In the monster house, because Bill's got. Bill has numerous homes that he lives in. Big surprise.
He does. Yeah.
But when they first got divorced, she talked about buying a new trailer. And where she was staying
like a
in
double
Seattle.
wide?
Yeah.
Gonna
I don't know if it was
splurge and get a double wide.
I don't know if she knew how much she was going to get. So she may have just stuck with the single wide to begin with.
For safety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
don't want to stretch your resources that much.
But, she talked about how it was so hard for her and how, she had time. I'm like, and that's when I'm like, was it? Was it? Yeah. Was it hard for you, Melinda? Was it? I know it was a struggle.
Yeah. Yeah.
You had to go to the double wide, didn't you? I mean, just stop it.
Well, she was down to 65 billion.
Right. I don't know how you survive.
How do you survive?
I don't know. She's struggling through, though, obviously.
And she's a believer in giving at least half to
Yeah,
charity.
she's joined that.
So now you're only talking about, 32.5 billion.
I'm trying to remember. Is she on the list, the give it all away before you die list? Right, she's part of that group, right?
Yep, yeah. She is.
Because what's her face? Bezos' wife.
Bill's part of that too.
Right, but Jeff isn't.
But no, he is not.
Bezos is like whenever last time he was asked about it, he was like, "That's great for her. I love her for that."
Yeah.
Love her for that.
You go for that. You go, girl, because that's terrific.
Because that ain't happening here, bro.
No, he's not doing it. And you don't have to.
Right.
You give what you want or don't give anything at all. I think you should, but it should be up to you. Right? It shouldn't be up to some billionaire cartel
give it all
to
away?
tell you what to do. Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I mean, the government's going to take most of it anyway. And it's really hard to leave your wealth to your children, to your relatives, to whoever you want to leave it to a cat if you want, because of the government taking so much of it after you die. Because you've only paid all the taxes on it your whole life, including double taxes when you get to capital gains.
Makes sense that they want to take it again.
Makes sense that you get taxed again.
I mean, it's actually
on all of the some stuff when you die.
That should just be.
It's evil. Talk about evil incarnate.
Yes.
That is. All right, 888-900-3393 and at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Some guy just won a Whataburger meal for a year.
Yay!
I don't know if that's every day.
I think it's once a week.
So once a week for a year?
So it's only 52 coupons, I think I saw.
Oh. Woo!
All right.
Wow, that must be worth like $19.95 or something.
I mean, I guess if you could go get it and give it to a homeless guy, they'd be happy.
Yeah, so he had to make this, throw a big giant French fry or something into a container.
Get set, throw
okay.
fry.
Into the
Throw the fry.
Into the Whataburger container. Nice.
All right, so he did it.
Yeah, he did it.
And that right there is
did
worth
it.
50.
Nice.
You know what?
Congratulations.
I would have said, I just wanted to see if I could do it.
Yeah,
I don't
I
want
know.
you. Keep your Whataburger certificates. I don't want them.
Somebody out there, you get it. You can have it.
Oh my
Right.
gosh, look at Rob's editorializing this segment.
Pure greatness is found here just like you like it. At
No.
Whataburger,
No, it is not.
Okay,
the
so-
most overrated fast food joint
So-
on this planet.
And you're never going to see a Whataburger that clean.
No,
I'm sorry,
no.
that's not going to happen.
So, okay, so this dude throws a giant French fry into a container, which is a little bit of a better deal than a guy in Colorado did. You've got the story.
What's
there.
Whataburger? They're giving stuff away. Are they expanding now? Are they growing?
I guess so. They are now all over the place. Yeah.
That's what must be
So,
what their
yeah.
deal is.
Yeah, this Whataburger opened a location in Colorado Springs, and
What a
this
loser.
guy waited 4 days in
No, baby.
sub-zero temperatures to be the first customer.
That's cute.
Let
me eat. That's cute.
Chris Miller was in line
Yeah, I know that.
4 days before it opened. The weather did not make it easy for him. At times during his 4-day wait, temperatures dropped below zero.
Did he have his little winter tent?
No,
or
he was in
anything with him?
his truck.
Oh, okay,
He's living
nice.
in his truck.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine then.
Is it?
Stop.
He fought off the frigid cold in his pickup truck by using his Whataburger scarf and space heater for warmth.
This guy.
Nice.
No.
All for a year's worth of free Whataburger. The grand prize for the first person in line. Obviously, this is a Texan, and yes, he moved to Colorado Springs from Lubbock. Helped shovel snow outside the store during his 4-day wait, and was eventually on a first-name basis with the employees.
Gosh.
So what's the winning? Does it say what he gets once a week, once a month, or they give him just like, here's 52 coupons, use them when you want?
It doesn't say.
Oh, that's very disappointing.
It does not say.
I mean, I really would, I believe, give the coupon to the homeless guy.
I'm at the Whataburger website, and it said, well, I can't find it here, but I found it before I clicked on the Google. Here we go. Prize, in quotes. Whataburger for a year, which is defined as a total of 52 coupons.
Okay, once a week, yeah.
Each for a single meat Whataburger sandwich.
One burger?
Note that add-ons to the sandwich, as well as sides, drinks, and other items, are not included in the definition of Whataburger for a year.
Oh my gosh!
Oh,
get out of
here!
Total
value $192.
Yeah,
get out my face!
I mean, that's not even a burger and a fries.
That is ridiculous.
Not even a burger, fries,
shame
and a
on
drink.
Whataburger.
That's not even a meal.
Do you Whataburger sycophants in each of the rooms that surround this one still think that they're the greatest thing on earth after hearing that?
No kidding.
Oh God, yes.
Yes, Corby says yes.
Yes, of course they do.
Oh,
I don't know what it is,
Unreal.
man. But
Unreal.
I don't know what it is.
192.
But
He spent that much on fuel to keep his truck running for 4 days in sub-zero degree temperatures.
He certainly did. Oh, if he's kept it in park today, I'll tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
I see the prices rolling up higher every day I drive by those.
I just paid the highest price I've ever paid to fill up a 4-door sedan. A non-SUV vehicle, $90.50 this morning.
I would like to
fill up
point
my
out
tank.
that
Unreal.
If you look universally during normal times, which we haven't had in years, the price of gas just starts going up in early February, and then it peaks at Memorial Day. We still have a ways to go just on the natural cycle.
It's
Never
gonna be
mind
bad.
all the chaos going on in the world and the limiting of our own supply.
It's going to hit $5 a gallon
Oh,
in Texas,
my gosh,
I think.
yes.
$5 a
And
gallon.
they're waiting.
Unbelievable.
Good morning, Americans. It's Friday.
Welcome. Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Got some tweets here. Uncle Jimmy tweets, I hope Joy didn't get hurt, or else her trip to Italy could end up being postponed yet again.
Right?
We don't want that.
No.
She's already been inconvenienced enough with this damn war in Ukraine. Unrepentant Capitalist tweets, hey, this was the first time Joy Behar ever made me laugh.
All right.
Okay, good.
Okay, a positive spin.
So something good came of it. Jimmy Dimples tweets, Bill Gates' affairs at Microsoft. You'd think they'd have a virus, malware, or pop-up blocker for that. Right?
So many jokes.
Yep. DMXDM, apparently Bill is a smoother operator than Windows. Or it's the billions.
Yeah, no, that's
might
right.
Be that. No, I'm sure that has nothing to do with it.
What? You don't
No, he's just
believe
such
in
a
love?
handsome, wonderful man.
He is, as Joe Rogan described so eloquently. You got the
Yeah.
big gut with the little twig arms. Yeah, you're the picture of health, Bill.
Uh-huh. He's Mr. Vaccination, though.
$100 billion makes him look a lot hotter.
Yeah, it does. Yes, it does.
Like the equivalent to beer goggles, huh?
You know, he hasn't been involved in Microsoft since, I don't know, it's been years.
Long time.
Yeah, he's not even on the board anymore. He stepped down from the board years ago.
Yeah, and the time last time he stepped down was because of the one affair.
I think it was. Now, he claims that's not true. And Microsoft says, nah, that's a coincidence. That it just, really? It just happened as you were about to release the report on him having an affair with an employee. Huh.
Okay.
And right before the report came out, he just decided, okay, I'm not going to be CEO of Microsoft anymore. Really? Huh. What an amazing coincidence. That's great.
Okay.
So great. How stupid do they think? Well, they think we're really
Oh, yeah,
stupid.
they do.
Yeah, they think we're really, really stupid. All right. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg was asked about getting more oil supply here in America.
Oh, goody. We need some.
Here's what
Could the president possibly consider authorizing the Keystone pipeline, working something out with Iran?
With Iran? What?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, look, the president has said that all options are on the table,
almost
but we
done.
also need to make sure that we're not galloping after permanent solutions to immediate short-term problems where more strategic and tactical actions in the short term can make a difference.
Yeah. So she shouldn't have asked both questions at the same time. Mm-hmm. Then his answer is, we don't need a permanent solution for a short-term problem, which means no to your Keystone and yes to your Iran. This Iran thing is absolutely where they're going to go. They've hinted at it. They have this weird fetish for Iran, just like the Obama administration did. Iranian oil is absolutely going to happen.
And they're saying the new nuke deal is almost done, which I think they'll try to tie in with the oil.
That's exactly what they're going to do.
I can't even imagine how you would get it back into bed with Iran after all of this.
If you think that times are tough now in Europe, let's spin the globe a little bit, shall we? Because Israel is not going to let that happen.
Not going to let what happen?
Iran have their nukes. It's not going to happen.
No, they're right.
Israel's not going to. So there's going to be good times there.
Yeah,
let's
good
spin
times.
the globe a little bit more. Oh, you've got China soon to go into Taiwan. Right?
Yeah.
Got that going on. And then everything's fine here, so we don't have to worry about that. Everything's fine here in the Western Hemisphere, so never mind.
Yeah, and after, Putin made it really clear to Macron, apparently, that he's going to take all of Ukraine, but I'm sure he's going to stop right there. I'm sure all he wants is Ukraine, and then he's done.
All our warmongers for sure want him to make a mistake and go into a NATO country so we can be at war.
Yeah,
with them.
and when he goes into a NATO country,
so correct.
What are we going to do?
We're
bound by
already
treaty.
said we have to.
We're bound by treaty to do something about it militarily.
Do we not have a treaty with Taiwan too?
Yeah, we have a treaty with them.
So
yeah.
We obviously
they're obviously not a NATO country, but we do have a treaty with them.
We said we'd help them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
but we're not going to. I'll bet we don't. We'll see, but I can't imagine it. Can't imagine it. You're going to get into a hot war with China? Are we going to send troops to Taiwan?
We're fighting Russia?
Yeah, no. It's just not going to happen.
This is a good time, right?
Do Americans want it to happen?
No.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Now, if somebody attacks us, then yeah, okay, then it's on. But short of that, I'm kind of done.
I know. I don't,
with military intervention.
I find it hard to believe that we would be. I don't think the people are okay with even us fighting with NATO.
No.
Right. No.
I know. Everybody's like, yeah, I know we got to deal with them, but how about no?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Hey, you know what? We've been keeping NATO afloat all this time. You guys take this one.
Got
you
this.
take it. All right.
Yeah.
Good luck and drive safely. Because we're done with all that. I don't know. It's tough. It's hard because I really feel for Ukraine. I really do. I hope and pray that peace comes to that country quickly, and that somehow, through maybe divine intervention, Putin doesn't take Ukraine. But
and it's
sure
possible.
looks like it's going to happen.
I know, but it is possible.
It is possible. It's just not likely
that something, his people rise up,
maybe,
and make him stop because of hope legitimately those sanctions are supposed to work, even though our president said nobody thought the sanctions were supposed to work, but we're going to continue with them.
Mm-hmm.
But that's our president being right there on the forceful,
absolutely
leader that he is.
And by the way, they are on the verge of economic collapse,
right?
So maybe economic collapse brings a stop to it.
Yes, absolutely.
It happened before with the Soviet Union. Maybe it happens again.
And
here.
I kind of feel like, we've seen the tanks and we've seen the convoys that have been stalled. I don't know how much is misinformation or lies, but I feel like Russia isn't necessarily as strong as we were led to believe.
No, I don't think they are. Yeah, the military people say they're not.
Yeah, Ukraine just took out a top general of Russia's as well. A sniper got him.
Yep.
So.
Yep. And that assassination squad they sent from Chechnya with the special forces from the special Chechen forces. Even Chechnya said, "Yeah, we lost those guys." Ukraine killed them all. Well, I think they killed 2 of them, and they took 6 into custody. So They eliminated the hit squad that was coming for Zelensky. So, I mean, they're doing way better than I think anybody thought they would do.
So hopefully we can get food and arms into the country. Mm-hmm. Somehow, some way to assist them. That would be great.
Well, we did with Berlin. I mean, you can do airdrops still. Even though Kiev is surrounded, you could still airdrop things to them. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Energy Secretary Jennifer Granholm talked about our situation too with the interview.
We're transitioning.
Yeah,
we're transitioning. Just
here she is.
But the bottom line is that this president and this administration are looking at every single tool to shield American families from the impact of rising energy prices.
Please,
and
every single tool.
Just stop.
We're working through an energy transition.
We're going through an energy
transition. And we've got to start by adding energy. And the reality is we have to take some time to get off of oil and gas. We recognize this. This is a transition.
Oh, these people.
Yeah, we're talking about transitioning even during this time.
Yes.
During this crisis. We're still talking about the same bull crap.
I know.
Here's how you do it. You get the Keystone pipeline rolling, and you open up the oil leases again to the oil companies, and you let them drill wherever they want. You let them drill wherever there's oil.
And, Pelosi's already said she's not for that.
Right.
She said her little press conference the other day was agonizing.
Banning Russian oil imports. So she's for cutting off 405,000 barrels just with nothing to replace them with.
Right. Well, we're transitioning.
We're transitioning.
We're in a transition. We're transitioning from energy, and we have to transition to energy.
We're transitioning from $4.20 a gallon, which I just paid this morning, to $10 a gallon. That's what we're transitioning to.
Can we
with
please?
These idiots.
We can't stand for
look
that.
at Jennifer Grant. Can we play that clip again, please, of the energy secretary?
But the bottom
look
line
at the contempt
is
that she has for us when she has to
administration
look
are
out the
looking
window.
at
Look, you people don't get it.
Yeah, she finally stops.
shield
Look,
American
you just don't
families
get
from
it.
the
We have to
impact
get to
of
green
rising
energy. Watch this.
prices, and we're working through an energy
My
transition.
gosh.
And we've got to start by adding energy.
No!
Yeah.
And the reality is we have to take some time.
She's talking green
to get
energy.
off
We
of
got to
oil
add
and
that.
gas. We recognize
No!
this is a transition.
She's talking about solar and wind.
Yeah.
Which provides, you know how much combined solar and wind provide about 6% of the energy needs of this country.
And I believe that's on
6.
paper combined. Okay?
Yeah, it's not
never,
actual.
No, it never produces what they say that it will.
That's true.
It never does. It never does. It never has. And I'm guessing it never
probably
will.
never will.
We are witnessing the suicide of a nation in real time. Here we are. This is stupid.
And it just shows that they care more about their radical agenda than they care about the American people, who are really legitimately hurting. How are regular people on $50,000 a year paying $4.20 a gallon for gas?
I can't tell you how many times I will see our president speaking, which is difficult enough to watch. But, he doesn't even have any idea what it's like to live in America. I believe that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I believe that. It's just amazing to me. And I don't think the American people will not stand. They won't stand for it after, what's the break point? $7 a gallon? Regular unleaded?
I think it's
$7
less than that.
a gallon? They won't. American people will
I'm about the breaking point at $4.20 a gallon.
I know. We will not stand it. But for sure, an average of, $5 a gallon then.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way.
Well,
There's
I just
no way
paid
people.
$90 to fill up my tank.
I know.
So that's $90 a week.
I put 20 in the other day, and it's like,
you put $20 worth in?
That's not the 20 it normally
that
goes
almost got me off of E, but not quite.
Yeah.
I stopped in, put quick 20 in. I'm like, I think I could make it home.
20, that's 2 gallons or so. That's not going to get you very far.
Yeah, and let's see here. Cincy girl, let's see, just sent me this. Brent Crude June calls here. Look at this chart. It's about to get a lot worse. Oh, gee, thank you for that. Look, can you tell on this little chart there, the little line? Oh, geez, would you stop with the closing of the window? It's got this big spike there. Can you see that?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what's coming in by June.
Oh, good.
That price.
Yeah, because we're already at
All
what,
right.
107, 109, something like that a barrel.
No,
yeah.
I think it was
110 the other day.
Yeah, it was.
All right. So I mean,
went as high as 115. I think it backed off that a little bit, but it's over $100 a barrel right now.
Yeah, and as the truckers in your audience point out as well, the price of diesel and the trucks that are bringing you everything going to jack up the price of those products as well.
Oh, everything, yeah.
Let's go, Brandon. This is awesome.
Mm-hmm. There's a sweet spot in the price of oil that is good for oil companies, which you want because that's our economy. We're talking about the economy of Texas and other states that drive the nation's economy. So at $20 a barrel, oil companies can't make it, and it's not good for the economy.
Right.
At $100 a barrel, the American people can't make it because we can't afford to fill up our gas tanks.
Right. And
there's a sweet spot at around $50 or $60 a barrel.
And you know whose lifeblood is dependent on $100 a barrel of oil, and that's Vladimir
Russia.
Putin.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
we're still buying that.
buying it from
Yep.
him, which we are funding this. Step back and look at Ukraine and really look at all the numbers. It's maddening.
And they don't
Makes no
answer it. I mean,
sense.
Saki was asked about it yesterday,
And she said no. She said there's no ban on Russian oil. We're not going to.
She said it's only around 10%. It's only around 10%. So get over it.
But it's
we shouldn't be
everything.
buying any percentage from Russia right now.
Agreed.
There should be 0%. And it's not even 10%. I think it's 5%. We only get about 405,000 barrels from them. Only.
Which is still
5%.
Yeah.
But it's still too much.
Yes, absolutely.
1% is too much. We shouldn't get any from them, from the Saudis, from Iran, Venezuela. Nobody should be importing oil to the United States. We have our own. And ever since we started doing the horizontal fracking, we've been able to extract it because we have, when it includes the shale, that we can now get with the technology we have at great prices, by the way. It's something like $50 or $60 a barrel. You can pump all the shale you want. And that made our reserves the largest on the planet. Because of shale, we have more oil than anybody on the planet, including Saudi Arabia. And we're not utilizing it.
No. And they don't want us to.
They
Right?
don't.
I mean,
Nope.
They're shutting it down. That was the whole point.
Right.
And the good news is that our people are just
I got to explain this.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll tell you, Wesley D is a trucker. He says 2 to 3 times a week, sometimes 4. This is what he's filling up. 243 gallons in his truck. We're at $990 for each fill up.
Oh my!
Those are the guys who are bringing you the
Gosh.
stuff that you're looking for on the shelves. So when they get there and they're actually on the shelves,
Wow.
you're paying for that cost as well.
Wait, his truck holds 243
God
gallons?
Bless you, Wesley, and all your
Wow.
truckers out there.
I didn't realize that they had that big a tank. I mean, man, they're big.
Yours is not that large.
Not quite.
Of the sedan.
No.
Oh,
$990 per fill up.
$990.
Make it stop.
Deal with that.
I know.
Wow. All right.
Pay tomorrow.
Yeah.
Gotta go.
Let me tell you about ExpressVPN. Using the internet without ExpressVPN is like leaving your laptop exposed at the coffee shop table while you run to the bathroom. Most of the time, you're probably going to be fine. But what if one day you come out of the bathroom and your laptop is gone? Well, then, you screwed up. Now, every time you connect to an unencrypted network, cafes, hotels, airports, certainly, any hacker on the same network can gain access to your stuff, to all the personal data you have on your computer. Doesn't take much technical knowledge to hack somebody, just some cheap hardware and a smart 12-year-old, and they can do it. Your data is valuable. Hackers can make up to $1,000 per person selling personal info on the dark web. So why use ExpressVPN? Because of the encrypted tunnel. It creates a secure encrypted tunnel between your device and the internet. Hackers can't steal your sensitive data. They can't find out where you are because it pings your location all over the place, kind of like you see on the Jason Bourne movies. It's easy to use. You fire up the app, and there's one click that you need to do, and you're in business. It is fantastic. Secure your online data today by visiting expressvpn.com/unleashed. That's expressvpn.com/unleashed. And you can get an extra 3 months free right now. expressvpn.com/unleashed. Welcome. Some tweets here. Libertarian Ninja tweets. Yeah, we are transitioning to a fascist dictatorship.
It's not even funny.
I know.
Nope. It's not.
It's too true.
I know.
Squatching Duck tweets, we are moving rapidly toward the idea of renewable energy, even though we have no idea how to make it work anywhere near the needed scale or actually make it economically efficient or have production pollute less. Yeah, that's all true. We are nowhere near.
Nope.
Because again, solar and wind account for, 2 and 3% or 3 and 3% of our needed capacity. It's 5 or 6% of what we need. Coal is still 40%. Then you got nuclear at 20.
I don't think people realize how many products are part of your daily life thanks to modern petrotechnology.
Well, almost everything you use.
I mean, it's
almost
unbelievable.
Everything.
And they just want to shut it down.
Yep. From Get Off My Lawn Joe, a bad economy crushes small businesses. First, the garbage plandemic. Now they're doubling down by making us dependent on foreign oil. Mm-hmm.
The what?
The plandemic. I think he made a mistake and put an L there because plandemic sounds like he's inferring that somebody had a plan.
That had to be a spelling
to use
error.
this pandemic. But I think, he just mistakenly
Boy,
hit the
typos
L
get in
there.
the way all the time.
I know, right?
Shoot.
Adam Snyder tweets, I would love to see Jeffy asking questions of the press secretary's briefing. The response after every question would be, do ya? You think? Would ya?
Are ya, Jen? Are ya?
Is it?
I know. Hey, President
Did
Biden's
he?
coming here. He's coming to Fort Worth next week, right? Good
Biden
news, yeah.
is coming to Fort Worth.
Yeah,
For what?
I saw it
For what?
scheduled on the schedule last night. That he's coming to Fort Worth next week.
I won't
Do
allow
not
it.
come.
No. Don't
Do
come.
not come.
Don't
Do
come.
not come.
Do not come. That's exactly right.
not come.
Do not come, Joe.
We're closed.
No.
Sorry, man. We
Yeah,
want
Fort
you
Worth
here.
just closed. It's really weird.
Man, do we want you
just
here.
closed for business from the Washington elites. Sorry. Don't come. Here's a poorly worded tweet about Ukraine, courtesy of CNN. This is great. Breaking. During some of the heaviest shelling in the city of Kharkiv, former primary school teacher Ivan Kaczynski has been traveling throughout the city and taking care of unaccompanied minors. Locals have started calling him the Kharkiv Kid Finder.
Oh, no.
For his
no.
seemingly supernatural ability to find young boys who don't have anybody protecting them.
Oh, no. Come on.
What's wrong with that?
Poorly worded.
That guy is
Makes it sound
Jeffy.
not good. Not good. I'm sure it is good.
Helping children in a war zone.
Yeah, but
is
that's not how they
good.
put it. That is not how they
supernatural
worded it.
ability to find young boys. No, wait, no.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Is that a
Don't
rocket?
encourage him. No.
Is that a rocket in
No.
there?
Okay. All right. Stop it. Especially considering CNN and who they employ over there.
Oh, man.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Still, though.
Jeffrey
No,
Toobin.
Not still.
And
Stop it.
all those guys. So
He's the cleanest of the bunch, but continue.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm serious.
That's a fact.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Toobin.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, all he did was play with himself.
We know what he
at
did.
his house.
We
beautifully
know
put. Thank
what
you.
he did.
Yeah,
That's what he
know
did.
what he did. Yeah, we knew that.
Oh, what are these? Oh, these are from the celebration.
Yeah,
No,
you
never
missed
mind.
Pat Gray New Year.
Darn the
Shame
luck.
on you.
Man, I wish I'd have been here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was awesome. Really
We
was.
have some champagne left over if you'd like some. There's the
No,
foods are up
thanks.
there.
I wish I'd have. It's only good for that day. Man, I wish I was
Shoot.
here.
All the bubbles are, I think, are gone now.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's gone flat.
So I find this
Probably don't
interesting,
want it.
this note we got from Stu about how we're taking the oligarchs from Russia.
We're taking
their
these
nice,
yachts.
Fancy
Yeah.
yachts, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We're taking
Right.
friends of friends.
But listen to this.
Civil asset forfeiture. U.S. wants to seize Russian oligarch yachts, homes, and jets.
Yep.
How is that legal? For starters, It's legal under the Civil Asset Forfeiture Reform Act.
It's back, baby.
Which has its roots in 18th century when America would seize cargo from foreign ships that didn't pay a customs or import tax. It also grew in use as a drug law enforcement tool in the 1980s. Yep. And it's a common tool against terrorists and fugitives and law-abiding American citizens. They're doing it every day.
They sure are.
With law-abiding American citizens. So when they start doing it to Russian oligarchs, you think, oh, good. Well, they had that coming. Well, no. There's got to be legal basis for doing this stuff. Otherwise, you've got chaos and anarchy.
Would that mean they have a Russian name?
Yeah. It's amazing. All right. More coming up.
Pat Gray. Only on the Blaze Radio Network.
Batman starts today.
I know.
Oh, wow.
The Batman.
The trailers look great.
Which one is this? Like the 15th, 20th movie?
Yeah, it's hard to say because it's another reboot, I think. I think it's yet another time they've kind of imagined the series. And this one's supposed to be the darkest of all.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. I mean, this is a Batman who doesn't mess around, right?
I know.
I don't think he just beats people up and knocks them unconscious. I think it's a little more serious than that. But Robert Pattinson looks good in the role.
He sure
At least
does.
in the trailers, looks pretty good. But I'll tell you something that it looks good and tastes great, and that's the Batman cookie that we're celebrating Batman's release today and tomorrow on Kexi Cookies.
Really?
You can get it today and tomorrow.
What kind of flavor are we talking about? Please
It's
don't say
I
that.
don't know, a delicious flavor of some kind.
Not bad. Just make it clear it doesn't taste like bat.
No, it is not bad. No. It just has the bat symbol on it, and it's cool.
All right.
And we've got...
How can I get those?
You could go to Kexi.com and order them along with all of our spring flavors, which are now out there and ready to be enjoyed.
And I saw a couple of the ads for the spring flavors, and it looked really good.
One of them is the mint chocolate chips.
Yeah.
So
another
good.
one, too,
There's a coconut caramel.
Yeah. That's the one I love.
Really, really good.
I'm telling you, man. Kexi and a beer makes a meal.
Or, as Jeffy might do, milk.
Thank you.
Yeah, Kexi and milk.
Cookie and a beer. What kind of Ukrainian are you?
So that's all at Kexi.com. And today and tomorrow only for the Batman cookie. All right. Activists riot during a campus speech in North Texas. This is just a little north of us in Denton.
It's right up the road a little ways.
The North Texas
That's still
Eagles.
I guess that's the
Are they the Eagles?
The
University of
DFW, right? Yeah, I think they are the Eagles.
Yeah.
I think so.
So what you've got on campus is this conservative female student invites this dad of the transgender situation. Remember that? The parents were getting divorced, and they
were
mom,
fighting in court over whether they could have the kid become a transition.
Right, because
or
the
not.
mom, who's obviously mentally ill, in my opinion, wants her son to be a daughter. And so the dad objects. He's trying to speak about this. And then, of course, even though this is the state of Texas, it's a college campus. So that's when Legion comes out and roars. And it's just gross, man.
And check this out. I mean, these people are out of their minds. Listen to this. So the guy's trying to talk.
We are here. We are here.
He just laughs at her. This is really funny.
And that was really the only part we could play for you, because while we have tons and tons of footage from that day, it's all unairable because it's just one string of cuss words after another, and you would just be hearing beep.
Play that again, because she does this several times. This is just bizarre. Watch it. Multiple times.
Not wearing a mask.
She just starts screaming like she's being stabbed to death.
Yeah, it reminds me of the Trump inauguration, the way the liberals reacted with that.
What does that do?
I don't know.
So
it just shuts down free
and they
speech.
were concerned for that guy's safety.
Right,
I mean, they tried
had
to
to-
get him out of the building.
they had to-
Security hid in a closet with him while these people were searching for him.
Yeah, the student
at the university.
Oh my
She
gosh!
had in a janitor's closet.
Yeah.
And then when they went outside, it was even worse than it was in there. I mean, you would have thought, Okay, here's what I don't understand. So we live in a society where a dad wants to prevent his elementary school-age son from getting gender reassignment surgery, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got these freaks of nature screaming at him, shouting him down, all sorts of bad stuff yelled at him.
Mm-hmm.
And yet a mom demands that her college-age son keep his mask on, right? And she's praised by the same group. So she's telling her son, keep the mask on, and they're praised. This dad's like, I don't want my son to turn into a girl, and the demons of hell come out for him. I do not understand this world at all.
No. What a world. I mean, what a world.
That's a bingo square coming up.
Mm-hmm.
What a world. Pat Gray Bingo begins on Monday, March 14th.
That's a week from Monday.
These people are so invested in just ruining children.
Mm-hmm.
And if a dad stands up and says, I don't want this for my kid, then literally the demons of hell are released on this campus. This is Texas. This is help us. We're done. We're done.
It's hard to believe. It's hard to believe this is going on in Texas. But again,
it's not really. I mean,
all the college campuses are like this.
Yes, absolutely.
All of them.
And ever since we've moved here, when did we move here? 11,
10 years ago?
2012.
Yeah. I can remember multiple times saying, and this is happening in Texas.
Yeah.
And this is happening in Texas.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
we don't even say it anymore that much because it's all happening in Texas
too. Yeah, it happens here too.
All right, let's go to Marvin in Arkansas. Hey, Marvin, you're on the Blaze.
Hey, Pat. Sorry I missed yesterday, so Happy New Year a day late. Jeffy, my brother from another mother, my wife still loves you. This is for you, my brother. Hey,
Nice.
Keith, man.
Nice.
hair
I'm all
looks
about
great.
it. Thank you.
So-
Hair looks good. Thank you. Appreciate it.
So now I'm going to make it short and sweet.
Okay.
When companies or drivers order trucks, you can get different size fuel tanks. Our company has 75 gallons on each side. So
Wow.
that driver that you got the message from, he probably has two 150-gallon tanks. So he fuels up every 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, he can do some
I
distance.
put on anywhere between 70 and 90 gallons every day just in the truck. Refrigerated trucks that haul in produce, meats, and such,
Yeah.
they also take diesel fuel. And I put an average, depending on how old the trailer is and how in the middle of summer, I could put 10 gallons every day in the refrigerated unit. Now, when you're looking at the farmers, you guys was talking a couple weeks ago, I think Glenn was talking about it, that propane has gone up almost 200%.
Yeah.
If I remember that right. Well, poultry and pork producers, the farms have to keep the animals cool or warm. Well, in the wintertime, the best way to do it, because the farms are out there so far, you can't have natural gas lines coming in. They have propane.
Yeah, they have the tanks.
So if you're wondering why the price of everything has gone up, thank you
That's
so
why.
much, Joe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much. You're doing an awesome job. I
Isn't
flew
he?
up this morning, and I happened to notice that the price of gas and diesel, just regular prices, has gone up $2 a gallon in the last year.
Yeah.
So that you say that like that's a problem.
Yeah. Well, and then don't forget, we also with diesel pickup trucks and diesel big trucks, you have DEF fluid. Well, that was running about $2 a gallon. Now it's running about $4 a gallon.
Yeah.
And we have to fuel that up about every 2,000 or 3,000 miles. And so,
Let me ask you this question: why don't you just get an electric truck? Okay, why don't you just do that?
You know, Tesla actually tried that. I talked to a wrecker operator on I-44 the other day, and he was telling me that the Tesla truck broke down. It cost them close to $90,000 to get that thing pulled $30,000. I'm sorry, $30,000 to get it pulled 20 miles down the road to a truck stop because they had to separate the truck and trailer and pull them separately because, yeah. But the good thing is we're getting solar power, so that works.
Crazy.
Look at this.
Wow.
Look at this chart.
I love it.
All right. Appreciate it. Thanks,
Thank you.
Look at this map. California in a league of their own over there. The average price of gas over there is above $4.48 a gallon. And then the cheapest there is still above $3 a gallon. So there you go. There is our gas temperature map. Isn't it a beautiful sight, America?
It was. I think all the stations I went by today, the lowest was 329 for regular. So if the lowest is 329,
The highest is more than that.
A lot more.
Yeah, look, it would appear that your cheapest gas in the United States right now.
Math.
Cheapest gas right now is in where this is. I guess this is Millard, Utah. $3.02 a gallon. Woo, cheap. $3.02.
Love Millard, Utah.
I wonder when the last time. When was the last time I can remember gas being under $1 a gallon? I think was 1999.
It's a long time ago.
It dropped for a while because they were having there was a price war going on where I was. And I think it dropped under $1 a gallon.
I paid 59 cents in February of 1999. 59 cents a
59?
gallon. That would have been in Austell, Georgia, and I remember it well.
Yeah, wow. I remember doing a bit for a morning show in Tampa where, 970 WFLA, where we had gasoline 970, 97 cents a gallon.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was, because gas had gone up over $1, well over $1. And we had that bit. We had people, rode up for miles for that bit.
Yeah, I bet.
And
come down for 97 cents a gallon and a hot dog.
10-gallon limit.
Say hi to us.
We're broadcasting live.
We'll give you a koozie, a station koozie, to put your drink in. If you come down, 97-cent gallon of gasoline and a hot dog.
AM Tampa Bay, 970 WFLA.
And, of course, the koozie. Don't forget about the koozie. Everybody wants one of those.
Koozies. There's a sticker. Get out.
That's, of course, while supplies last.
Yes,
we only have 4 of them. But
actually,
you know how much those cost to produce? A lot.
Just leave that sit on the table for a little bit. Tell them it's the last one.
Let's go to Tony in Wyoming. Hey, Tony, you're on the Blaze.
Good morning, guys. How you guys doing?
Doing good.
Terrible. Thanks, so.
Oh, okay. Keith's terrible.
Hey, I just want to tell you a little something about the oil fields in Wyoming and North Dakota.
All right.
Up in North Dakota, there's hundreds of wells waiting to be fracked out and start producing. Hundreds.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Just sitting there.
I believe that.
No pipelines get it out.
Yeah.
And here in Campbell County in Wyoming, there's wells that free flow hundreds of barrels a day. There's so much oil in this country.
I know. I know. Appreciate it. Thanks, Tony. People have not heard clearly that we have the largest reserve of oil on the planet.
Fossil fuels aren't going to last forever, Pat.
Well, I think, yes, they are. They've been telling us for a long time that we're at peak oil. You're at peak oil. It was 1920, I think, the first time they said that. Peak oil. We're not going to have any oil pretty soon. In 10 years, oil's going to be gone. Okay, well, in 10 years, they keep finding more reserves and more wells, and it keeps going. And then in 1940, we're peak oil. We're at peak oil now. And then it keeps going, and it keeps going. And all through World War II, we ration it, and we didn't need to. Well, we did because the supply chain was kind of screwed up. But it wasn't for lack of reserves. We've always had that. Then in 1960, peak oil. We're going to run out of oil in 10 years. By 1970, you won't have a drop of oil.
Nope, not then.
Nope, not in 1970, not in 80, not in 90, not 2000, not today.
But this time, it's peak oil.
And the same people making these dire predictions about oil in the same family as those making dire predictions about the climate. None of them come true.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. The UN just released a couple of different studies. One was for climate, and this is going to come as a surprise to you, Pat, but it's a closing window of an opportunity.
Oh, no. We're missing another opportunity?
There's a closing window.
Why do we keep missing these opportunities?
Well, we're not missing it. There's still time. But we have to act now.
Yeah, that's what they've said for 40
we have to act
years.
Now.
Yeah, we got to act now or we're going to be dead.
That was the climate change. And then they had a study on plastics that they just, the plastic pollution.
Oh, boy.
And 175 nations agreed to create the first plastic pollution treaty. So there's that.
Good.
Don't worry about the whole huge oil and chemical companies that produce everything.
Okay.
Don't worry about that because we're still going to. It's an epidemic. Pat, it's an epidemic. Now, what I read did not mention the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, but I would bet a lot of money that somewhere in that UN report it mentions
of course it does. Of course it does. It probably also mentions peak oil. Peak oil is coming. We're not going to have any oil.
Well, I mean, that's the whole thing because of the plastics, right? It's petrotechnology, so it can't last forever.
And you know what? It can, because it's a renewable resource.
It's renewable
I believe.
Goo. I'm with you, 100%.
It's a naturally occurring goo within the earth.
It has to be.
There's no way we've got that much fossil fuel. There's no way.
I'm sorry.
I think it's renewable. I think it renews itself.
Yes.
All right. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Vaccine-leery NFL stars like Buffalo Bills' Cole Beasley and Green Bay Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers, who, by the way, it looks like he's coming back to the Packers once again.
Sure does.
Took a lot of grief for their stances on government-advocated COVID protocols. People hate Aaron Rodgers' guts now. Why? Because he didn't get vaccinated. What business is that of yours, first of all? And secondly, really, is that something to just dislike this guy over?
I think he won that battle. I think he won that battle.
Yeah, I do too, except that, the Twitter crowd still doesn't like him because of his stance. The ever-defiant Beasley racked up $100,000 in fines from the NFL last year. And Rodgers was mocked for talking about taking ivermectin and other alternatives after getting his positive COVID test. But now that's all water under the bridge because the NFL effectively declared the pandemic over yesterday with a new announcement that all COVID protocols are hereby suspended immediately. After all the garbage they put these guys through last year and the year before, now they're just, it's over. Okay. Does Cole Beasley get his $100,000 back?
Well, no. I mean, he lost that because he wasn't following the protocols at the time, right?
Yes, but they shouldn't have had him in place at the time.
I mean,
according to NFL reporter Tom Pelissero, the league and the NFL Players Association have agreed to end all COVID directives effective immediately.
All the tracking, everything gone.
Jeez, that's really something. No testing.
They will say that it worked, right? It worked for them. They didn't cancel any games. Nothing.
I guess.
Obviously, it was agonizing, but it worked, and they didn't. And certainly, they had one of the biggest years ever. So.
Did it?
It did.
So the NFL says the pandemic is over. Back to business as normal. Everything. No more protocols. Following suit immediately thereafter was the U.S. Senate declaring the same thing. So we will see if the House of Representatives will follow suit.
Well, the CDC said more than 90% of the U.S. population is in a location with low or medium COVID-19 community level, and masks in these areas are not needed. So there's still.
So you don't have to mask. You don't have to be vaccinated. You don't have to do.
The
testing.
The numbers I saw at one report about new vaccinations, I mean, are almost zero. I mean, there's like a couple of thousand a day or something for the U.S. I mean, it's over. People are done. People are done.
Yep.
Yeah,
we are.
And don't forget, March 18th, we're watching the FAA closely to see if they will extend the mask on flights.
I bet they do.
Garbage.
I don't know.
I think they will.
Mean, the pressure's pretty.
I'd be pleasantly surprised.
There's airlines, European airlines now that they're not flying over Ukraine, but they've gotten rid of their mask mandates. So I mean, the U.S. airlines are going to be really under a lot of pressure to get that thing gone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of people are cutting off the flights from Russia, and they're
are there
cutting
a lot
off
of flights from Russia? I mean, I feel like that's okay, great. That's a good soundbite, but are we flying a bunch of Russians in every day back and forth?
Probably not. But
who knows?
Also, have you noticed American companies are closing their outlets in Russia?
Yeah,
pulling out.
Yeah.
Russia's going to have a hard time.
I know.
Maybe you take Ukraine back, but you're going to pay a hefty price for it. A hefty price because all the corporations, all the nations, everybody, except for India.
I know, but I mean, still.
They're all on board.
Yes. The world is going after targeting this. It's really kind of scary.
And everything that they're doing to Putin and these oligarchs, probably just a trial run for what they're going to do to us eventually.
I wouldn't be surprised. They have not nothing like this has been done before, and they're all working together. And you heard our president talk about how happy he was about working together with everyone like that he had a little part of.
I love that. That was so fun.
Whatever. It was agonizing. That guy.
I had a little part in that. No, you were there as entertainment. You were the sideshow that they laughed at behind your back.
I had a little part in that.
Yes.
I drooled on the table we were speaking around. I drooled on it, and then I fell asleep in my drool.
Ugh. That's not a pretty picture at all.
But that was the part I played. And then they had to wake me up.
That's accurate. That's very. I mean, that was. You took us to the G7 summit. Thank you.
This guy is the absolute worst.
Just think of this: if he were to stop being president right now, today, if he resigns today, that man has done more damage in 13 months than any president. And congratulations on the high bar that Barack Obama set over 18 years of damage. I mean, this is an unmitigated disaster. Everything this man touches, go away.
And yet still, I was looking at, I was going through a Twitter feed, and it was a bunch of libs after the State of the Union.
Yeah.
Who was it? One of the, celebrity libs are like, top 10 president of all time. What the hell is the matter with you?
Two Americas.
The ratings certainly didn't show
time.
that.
Bye-bye.
It was the lowest rated
in 30
State
years.
of the Union. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So have a nice day.
I know.
I'm sure the other 80 million people that voted for him were doing something else. I don't know what it was.
But they were busy.
Yeah.
Too busy for the State of the Union, right? So... Also, as our world with the COVID shot rolls along, this notice appeared at a health clinic in Wisconsin for student athletes.
Oh, boy.
Sports physicals are done primarily to make sure you're not at high risk for sudden cardiac death on the playing field. COVID vaccination affects your risk.
What?
In response to worldwide experience and vaccine adverse event monitoring, we're adopting a more precautionary sports physical sign-off policy. If you have received doses of any COVID shot, we will not be able to clear you to compete in sports without performing lab work and possibly an echocardiogram to rule out potential heart damage. Jeez, have they been suspended from Twitter? I hope. Have they been banned?
I saw that, but do we know? Is that true? Do we know that was actually posted? I know what it said, but I didn't look, so I can't answer that. But I don't know that actually was a real thing.
Yeah, I think it was a real thing. Yeah, in a health clinic in Wisconsin.
Okay.
Because a health clinic should be concerned with your health, and what they've seen are athletes
I know
dropping
we want to believe
dead.
that. I know that. I just find it hard to believe that they're admitting it like that. I know we believe it, and we believe we see athletes, seemingly healthy people falling over around the world.
Yeah. Talked about this last week. The two basketball players, one in Chicago, one in Texas, on the same day, dropping dead of cardiac arrest.
Multiple soccer players.
There was a 1 in 3 trillion chance of that ever happening.
There was a chance.
But so you're saying there's a chance. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, there is. But it shouldn't have happened in our lifetime or the lifetime of about 620,000 years of human beings.
Oh, today's the day, too. Where's the rocket smashing into the moon?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, today's the day.
Are we going to get footage of that?
Footage.
I want it
Elon
too.
better had something up there. I want film.
There's no footage.
Speaking
Can't
of,
see it
don't give me that
other
dark side of the moon stuff. I don't want to hear it.
Speaking of Elon Musk, he has warned Ukrainians, if you have a Starlink internet, you need to hide it. The Russians will target that antenna, so camouflage it. That's just a message for anyone in Ukraine listening right now. Yeah, via their Starlink.
We got a huge audience in Ukraine. Huge.
That's true.
Okay.
Have a great weekend.
Pat Gray, only on the Blaze Radio Network.